Welcome to Lincoln Financial Field. It's great to see everybody here in person for our 4th annual Eagles Autism Challenge weekend. I'm Eagles Insider Dave Spadaro, very pleased to be with you in person. And, we're here at the site of the Philadelphia Eagles. On the football field, we're practicing for the 2021 season. We're getting ready for the challenge that's ahead. What we're doing tonight and throughout this weekend, as a community, we are making a difference for everybody. And so that's very exciting for me to be part of this, the Eagles' commitment to the autism community and to bring about awareness and action. And that's what we're here to do this weekend. We've got a wonderful group of speakers and messages for you tonight. So without further ado, I'd like to get into that very quickly. And I've also got important information for everybody, whether you're here or whether you're watching virtually, to make sure that everything goes smoothly tomorrow here at Lincoln Financial Field. It's a very early start for everybody, but it's going to be so rewarding to have the entire community, to have the entire Eagles organization as part of this. So, without further ado, first we have a message from our founding partner. Let's please, everybody, take a moment to hear from Lincoln Financial Group, who is really very responsible for making this all possible.
I'm Connor Barwin, and I'm excited to team up with Lincoln Financial Group and the Eagles to continue advancing autism research and support through the 4th annual Eagles Autism Challenge. Lincoln is not only the founding partner of the Eagles Autism Challenge, they've also extended that support by providing access to ABA therapy for their employees and piloting an Autism to Work program that gives people with autism the tools and opportunities they need to succeed professionally. For me, this is such an important event to get behind. I've taken part in the Eagles Autism Challenge in the past, and it's awesome to see the community come out, come together, have a great time, and support a great cause. Whether you're biking at Lincoln Financial Field or walking at home, thank you so much for getting involved and supporting the Eagles Autism Challenge.
And so it's very important that everybody, I'm sitting up here, I'm sweating, it's hot, make sure you're hydrating. Wherever you are, make sure you are hydrating for tomorrow's walk, ride, and run. Please, if we could all give a very warm welcome as we bring in one of our virtual speakers this evening. Please welcome Dennis Glass, the President and CEO of Lincoln Financial Group.
Good evening and welcome. I'm Dennis Glass, President and CEO of Lincoln Financial Group. We are the presenting sponsor of the Eagles Autism Challenge and the naming rights sponsor of Lincoln Financial Field. I'm thrilled that this year so many of you are able to participate in person at Lincoln Financial Field, and others like me are able to support this great cause virtually. Lincoln Financial Group has been a proud partner of the Philadelphia Eagles since 2002, and over the years we've teamed up to do a lot of work in our communities. This is our 4th year in a row partnering with the Eagles on this great event, and we are honored to be a part of it. Tomorrow, many of our employees will be participating in Philadelphia and from across the country as part of Team Lincoln. I couldn't be more proud of our people for their support and commitment. And I want to thank all of you for your participation in this event. Whether you're biking, walking, running, or contributing your resources to help, you're playing a very important role in raising money for research and making a difference in the lives of so many impacted by autism. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce the man who continues to lead the charge on the Eagles Autism Challenge, Jeffrey Lurie. You may know him as the owner of the Philadelphia Eagles, and if you're from the area, you're familiar with all of the Eagles' accomplishments since he purchased the franchise more than 25 years ago. I've had the privilege of calling Jeffrey a colleague and a friend, and the honor of seeing some of his greatest successes with a front row seat. And I don't mean his successes as a football team owner, but as a dedicated, passionate philanthropist. Jeffrey has studied and funded autism research and clinical programs for years, inspired by his younger brother who has autism. This personal work inspired him to launch the Eagles Autism Foundation, to which he brings his passion and commitment to supporting the autism community and to making a transformational impact in the study of autism. With that, please join me in welcoming the Chairman and CEO of the Philadelphia Eagles, Jeffrey Lurie.
Dennis, thank you so much for the kind words. We are so grateful for Lincoln Financial Group's partnership, as it's allowed us to make incredible strides in just 4 years. What began as a one-day event has grown into a year-round initiative, generating over $10 million, all of which has been reinvested in the autism community. None of this would be possible without you, our participants and sponsors. While we started by funding research at Philadelphia-based institutions, your support has allowed us to broaden our reach. In 2019, we launched our community grant program in order to help nonprofit organizations better serve individuals with autism today. Then this past year, we received research submissions from across the United States, giving us the opportunity to expand our efforts nationally. The Foundation's growth is a testament to our scientific review process, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the future holds. With that in mind, I am so excited for this weekend. It's an opportunity to bring our community together again, in person, to celebrate what we've been able to accomplish. While the past year presented unique challenges, particularly to those with autism, we remained responsive to the needs of families and individuals. In doing so, we adjusted our grant program to support the efforts of local organizations addressing specific needs arising from the pandemic. One grant funded translators to provide tele-intervention and tele-assessment, ensuring that children continue to receive therapies and services at a critical point in their development. Supporting each other also means keeping each other safe. That's why we partnered with Divine Providence Village to host a sensory-friendly COVID-19 vaccination clinic at Lincoln Financial Field. Recognizing the limitations of traditional vaccination sites, we offered quiet spaces, visual schedules, and other accommodations, even meeting several families in their cars. In total, we administered vaccines to more than 1,000 individuals with autism and their caregivers. Beyond that, our executive director, Ryan Hammond, and her team took a thoughtful approach to reimagining connection in a virtual world. From Sensory Saturdays with Max and other virtual resources to completing last year's Eagles Autism Challenge at home, we made it work. Apart, but still together. And it was amazing to see how many of you walked, ran, and rode on your own, united in our mission. As we've continued to navigate this new normal, the fundraising this year has been both creative and fantastic. I'd like to say a special thank you to Jason and Kylie Kelsey, whose fundraiser at the Ocean Drive in Sea Isle raised $50,000. That is, before they matched it with $50,000 of their own. Thank you so much, Jason and Kylie. I always say that our biggest strength is bringing people together to do incredible things. And the money you raise makes those things happen. To date, we've funded 26 research projects and 17 community grants. It's through those projects, advocacy, empathy, and unity that we are making an impact around the globe. So tomorrow, as you walk, run, and ride for autism, know that each and every one of you is making a difference. Thanks so much for coming out. See you tomorrow, everyone.
Thank you so much to Jeffrey Lurie and Dennis Glass for their remarks, for sharing their sentiments here. And this is truly not only the community outside of the organization that's making this possible and making this such a success, it is an entire organizational commitment to providing the great resources we can to research and bring awareness and change in the autism community. And someone who's really spearheaded that, the woman who's taken this and gone to a totally different level, is Ryan Hammond, the Eagles Autism Foundation's Executive Director. Please welcome Ryan to the stage.
Thank you, Dave. Hello, everyone. How nice is it for us to be reunited? Last year was such a trying time for everyone, and to show the strength of our community and to see everyone participate virtual was truly amazing. But to be here tonight with all of you and the excitement that I have to see all the other faces tomorrow is just incredible and overwhelming. It's amazing to see how far we've come in just such a short time. We launched this event in 2018. We had rain that first year. We had the most beautiful day the next. We had a virtual event the third year, and here we are tomorrow. And we just couldn't be more excited to run across the finish line, united with the families, appreciating the donors, and everyone who has stepped up and said yes, because this isn't an ordinary fundraiser. All of you registered to run, to ride, to walk, but you also agreed to meet a fundraising minimum. And some of you have blown past and have been top fundraisers, and it's just been amazing to see the response that not only did you take our challenge, but you met it and exceeded it and allowed us to fund 43 projects so far. Not every philanthropic event can give 100% of the donations into the community. And thanks to Jeffrey Lurie, his leadership, his commitment, and leveraging our brand, the Philadelphia Eagles, we are able to do that. So every dollar that you've raised will make a difference, whether it's today through our community grant programs, which you'll hear from Elwin, one of our partners, or it's tomorrow through the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. You'll hear from them as well. I know, amazing, amazing. Again, responding to this year, pivoting, launching Sensory Saturdays, working on neurodiversity at the workplace, and continuing to be a model for others, to call to action. There is just not another way I can share how proud I am with the organization's commitment than I think the example or the testament that you see at Lincoln Financial Field. Lincoln Financial is obviously an amazing partner, and without them, this event wouldn't be possible. But to know the most important point of any Eagles game, when we are going to score, that's when you see Eagles Autism Foundation, and that is the level of our commitment. And we are so excited to build on the momentum, to take this to the next level, and to continually to go into year 5 next year. And we know that nothing can stop us. So thank you to the amazing families that have told your story, that have shared your challenges with us and helped us meet you where you are. Thank you to the incredible scientists, especially Manny, Dr. Emmanuel DeChico Bloom, our scientific advisor, who ensures that every dollar is going to make a difference. And our Eagles Autism Challenge team, they are just incredible and side by side with me making this possible. And the entire organization, and again, most of all, the Jeffrey Lurie for leveraging an NFL team to call fans around the world, because it is Eagles everywhere, where we've been able to have thousands, tens of thousands of donors from 30 countries around the world support this initiative. And it's just incredible, again, your leadership, your commitment. You're joining us to really make a difference in other people's lives, and I can't wait to see what tomorrow brings. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Go Birds.
Great job, Ryan. Thank you very much. We win football games and everybody feels good, right? We all want to win on game day. But with the leadership of people like Ryan, we win every day in the community. We change lives. So many thanks to Ryan Hammond for the great work that she does. You know, it's all because of what you bring to the table, the generosity of you, the participants, the community, the time that you give to us, the effort, the commitment that you make in every way. We cannot thank you enough. Next tonight, we'd like to hear from Michelle Hodge, Elwin's Early Learning Services Regional Manager. Elwin was a 2019 and 2020 community grant recipient of Eagles Autism Foundation, focusing on transition services for families receiving services via telemedicine during the pandemic. Please welcome Michelle.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah.
I never had my own mic before. I feel like this is karaoke or something, but Good evening, Eagles Autism Challenge participants. What a pleasure it is to be here this evening. My name is Michelle Hodge, and I am one of the regional managers for Elwyn Early Learning Services. We are the preschool early intervention provider for Philadelphia County. Elwyn L serves approximately 9,500 children between the ages of 3 and 5 with developmental delays and disabilities, including children with autism spectrum disorder. I am here tonight in gratitude of the Eagles Autism Foundation and all of you for your generous contribution to our work. It likely goes without saying to this group that years of research supports the significance of parental involvement in education for improved student achievement, better school attendance, and reduced dropout rates, regardless of socioeconomic status, background, or ethnicity. Furthermore, the research on the efficacy and importance of early intervention is overwhelming. It is undisputed that the quality early intervention services yield more positive long-term outcomes for children with developmental delays and disabilities. In short, start early with evidence interventions and children will experience long-term and lasting positive outcomes. In December of 2020, the EAF awarded our program $25,000 in support of our significantly increased translation and interpretation costs that were required as part of the necessary shift to virtual services for children and families across the Philadelphia during the pandemic. The shift caused by COVID-19 pandemic resulted in a drastically different structure of preschool early intervention services for children in Philadelphia. We were forced to shift from our traditional structure of their educational setting to supporting children virtually at home. Services and evaluations were being provided via various means of technology to our children. In their homes with parents as caregivers, now in place of service recipients alongside their child. In a linguistically diverse city like Philadelphia, this meant a rapid expansion of our translation and interpretation services, and this became a necessary component in order for many families to truly engage. Translation services are typically offered as part of our preschool early intervention for families that are not native English language speakers, as well as those who are deaf or hard of hearing. These supports include special education, document translation, as well as translation and interpretation services. As you can imagine, the pandemic's push to in-home supports significantly increased these costs. In fact, over a 3-month period, the pandemic more than tripled our translation costs within our program, and rightfully so. If we are to support children and families, translation and interpretation for those who need it is a priority. Despite the increased costs, however, the positive outcomes were immense. Through this award, we were available to provide services to families in their native language and in their homes. So on behalf of Elwyn Early Learning Services, we want to say thank you for your generosity and support for programs like ours as we do our best to serve children and families in Philadelphia. Thank you again.
Michelle, thank you. Great job. It's always amazing, really, to hear the firsthand experiences, the impact that we all make in the community. Next, we want to welcome Dr. Stuart Anderson, Professor of Psychiatry at the University of Pennsylvania's Perelman School of Medicine. Dr. Anderson also serves as Director of Research for the Department of Child and Adolescent Psychiatry and Behavioral Services of the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Of course, we know that as CHOP. And as the Associate Director of Lifespan Brain Institute, a CHOP-Penn collaboration dedicated to identifying the neuropathological anecdotes of neuropsychiatric disease. Dr. Anderson is a 2020 research grant recipient. Please welcome in Dr. Stuart Anderson to discuss his grant.
Thank you. And it occurs to me from listening to the previous wonderful presentation how much breadth there is to the Eagles Autism Foundation. It's really invigorating to me, the level to which fantastic research and community outreach is going to help people with autism-related challenges, and not just simply thinking of the problem as a medical problem. It's a social problem. It's a people challenge that we can work on together in a lot of different ways. And this foundation is somewhat unusual in having the insight to look at it that way and work on the challenges of autism in many different ways. My own way is with trying to rebalance circuitry in the brain that can be off in some people with autism in a way that affects particularly the way that people interact with each other. And we are working with a mouse that has been engineered to have the same gene that causes an epilepsy, a seizure problem, and autism in people. And the mutation is the same as the mutation in people. And we're trying to rebalance a circuit in the brain by making human stem cells into inhibitory neurons and then transplanting them into the brains of these mice to fix the circuit that's abnormal. And we measure that by their behavior. They have abnormal social behavior, and we're trying to correct it by rebalancing the circuitry with these transplants of human stem cell-derived inhibitory neurons. So this is one way to try to think about helping some people with autism, is to go in, and it doesn't really matter exactly how the brain developed in a problematic way to get there, but if we know a circuit is hyperactive, how can we get there in a specific way and rebalance it? So another way to do this that a lot of the other foundation basic science is directed towards is, why do people develop the challenge of autism in the first place? And I think we're going to be hearing a little bit more about that later. So it's hard for a scientist to only talk for 5 minutes, but I'm going to do it because he's going to throw me off the stage if I don't. But if anyone is interested in hearing more about this, I'm going to be around, and I love to chat with people about what we're trying to do. If I can't explain it, then I'm not doing my job. So thank you. And I thank the Eagles Foundation and the Lurie family for their support.
I wasn't going to throw you off. Thank you very much. Thanks, Dr. Anderson. Before we close up the show, we'd like to hear a word from our supporting partner, NovaCare Rehabilitation, on ways to prep and recovery. And you're all going to need to know this from a rigorous day of physical activity. I'm telling you to just hydrate and get a good night's sleep, but there's a whole lot more involved in the recovery process after you put forth the physical effort tomorrow morning.
Hi, I'm Derek Lupin with Select Physical Therapy. Today we're talking about instrument-assisted soft tissue mobilization. Injury and many conditions often lead to muscular guarding and pain. Instrument-assisted soft tissue mobilization is a manual therapy treatment technique that helps detect and treat areas exhibiting scar tissue, soft tissue restriction, adhesions, or chronic inflammation. Instrument-assisted soft tissue mobilization can mobilize muscles, tendons, ligaments, to decrease pain, improve mobility, and stimulate rehabilitation and recovery. It can treat injuries such as tennis elbow, golfer's elbow, Achilles tendonitis, any areas with excessive scarring, and even running-related injuries.
All right, very nice. So everybody make sure that you are well prepared for the rigorous activity on Saturday. Again, what this is all about is families. It's all about making an impact. We all know what the Eagles do on the football field. That's super important, right? But what we do off the field is something that we can do every day. We can win in the community every single day. So our Eagles Autism Foundation put together a little video here, just kind of explaining and kind of just letting you know the various areas in this community that we touch.
Hi, I'm Max, the host of Sensory Saturdays and part of the Eagles Autism Foundation community. The EAF gives me a sense of belonging and confidence. They put smiles on children's faces and give families a chance to experience new things together. And we're not done growing yet.
The Eagles Autism Foundation gave our family the opportunity to attend a fun event. The Eagles Autism Foundation helped our family experience something new together.
The Eagles Autism Foundation gave me a chance to see a smile on my son's face at the Eagles game.
We had a blast walking with one another at the Eagles Autism Challenge.
Grayson got to participate in the Eagles cheer, and she had the best time, got to participate with neurotypical peers.
We all attended the Philadelphia Orchestra's free concert at the NovaCare Center. And it gave us the confidence to go to other performances in the future, and we even attended a Kimmel Center concert.
We were just so excited that our daughter was comfortable going up and dancing with the cheerleaders and even meeting the DJ.
The Eagles Autism Foundation gave our family a sense of worth in the community by stressing the importance of inclusion, advocacy, unity, and bringing us together.
The Eagles Autism Foundation gave me the confidence to connect with other kids and families as we built an awesome community.
So what do we say? We say E-A-G-L-E-S-E. Eagles! Thank you, Eagles Autism Foundation.
Thank you, Eagles.
Go Eagles game.
It's just so sweet, it's so beautiful, and it's so poignant, and it means so much to the Philadelphia Eagles. I can't tell you how much. I mean, for years and years I've been here, and yes, the wins are great, losses are tough to take, but we really live for making a difference in this region and in this world. So thank you all for coming tonight, all of you who are here, all of you who are watching. Get a good night's sleep, get hydrated, and we will see you very early in the morning right here at Lincoln Financial Field. Our 4th annual Eagles Autism Challenge weekend is upon us, everyone. Let's celebrate in style. Thanks for joining, everybody. Have a great Eagles night, everyone, and fly, Eagles, fly.